Good morning, boys and girls. This is the Driveway Doctor. This morning I've got a client that tried to start their lawnmower. They've been using it. They've used it all season so far. And now all of a sudden it wants to cut out. It's not running. It'll start and then it will immediately shut off. So we're going to go through that. A few simple diagnostic steps to do if you're having a problem like this or something similar to this. So let's check it out. All right, here's the mower in question. So let's try to get this thing started and see what it's doing. All right, as you can see, it's doing exactly what they said it was doing. So typically, these engines are pretty simple. There's only a few things that it could be. You're either not getting air, or you're not getting fuel, or you're not getting spark. So let's go ahead and see if we can get this thing running again. You will need a screwdriver, a couple wrenches probably. First thing we're gonna do is check the air filter. Let's go ahead and do that and see what we got. So here's where your air filter is. Woo! Just like I thought, this thing is rough. So I normally wouldn't recommend this, but what we're gonna do is wash this thing out. Obviously we're gonna have to get a new one. This thing is terrible, but we're gonna rinse this thing out with some high pressured water just to get this bad boy a little bit clean. But what we're gonna do first, just to make sure that that is not the issue, is that we are gonna leave that off, the air filter off, and try to start it to see if it runs without the air filter on it. So it's getting direct air. And just like I thought, that is not the issue, but we are gonna go ahead and clean this bad boy out. All right, so next, we are gonna check this spark plug out. So to take this spark plug out, I don't even know where it's at. I can't even see this bad boy. Oh, there it is, right there. Here's your spark plug. Let's go ahead and take this thing out and see what it looks like. You are gonna need a spark plug socket for this. All right, this is a spark plug socket. They always have this little end you can put a wrench on. The difference between a regular socket and a spark plug socket is it's a little bit deeper well, and there's a little rubber grommet in there, so that way you can pull the spark plug. It'll suck onto the spark plug, so you can actually get the spark plug out. You know, when you're working on vehicles, these spark plugs are hard to get out usually. A lot of times people go, damn, 100,000 miles, 75, 50, 75, 100,000 miles or more before changing their damn spark plugs. People don't realize they need to change them. So let's get this thing out and look, see what we got. So there's definitely a little white on the end. I don't know if you can see that. See the white on there, there's a little bit of white on the end. There's something going on in the combustion chamber, for sure. I can't remember if there's oil in there or what. It's looking like the engine is running too lean. That's what that white means. So unfortunately, I don't have another spark plug right now. Like I said, we are trying to get this done quick and get the cheapest parts imaginable on Amazon. So let's get this bad boy back in, and there we go. Make sure you put your boot back on. Next, we are going to take a look at this carburetor, throw some carb cleaner in there. Let's go ahead and take the air intake off. Cause it sucks to lose your nuts. Cause it sucks to lose your nuts. Dang, look at that. That fuel tank is like, Jesus Christ. I thought it was the sticker. All right. Up. There's another nut right there. God, that bad boy's in there. All right. The spring was not actually connected. So that may be what our issue is. You see that little hook? You got a hook right there, and then you have another hook right here. and that is what keeps the carburetor closed. The spring goes on these two attachments like I had thought, right there and right here. So this thing comes off extremely easily. It literally just pulls right off. I'm gonna take some carb cleaner. We're gonna spray it right down in the carb and see if that helps. Most likely did nothing. Definitely have a carburetor issue. So let's go ahead and take this carburetor off. You've got one clamp that holds the fuel line on right here. I'm actually gonna grab a bottle to let all this fuel go into so I can save it or something. So I'm going to attempt to take this hose off and feed the gasoline directly into this bottle of water. All right, so what I'm gonna do is pop this carb out just like that. Got that one linkage. The other one, you should just be able to turn and pop right off, just like that. Drain all that fuel out. I'll just put that in the gas can. And what we're gonna do is find a large Allen wrench. It looks like a 10mm, I believe. So here's our carburetor. Just clean it up a little bit. All right, so I was correct. This is a 10mm. This isn't threaded, it just pops out. It's like a little seal. That just pops out and then you got all of that gas. I don't know if you can see inside the carburetor, there's a whole bunch of little pits and valleys and whatnot in this bad boy. So what we're gonna do is remove both of these. Take this off very carefully and make sure you open it like this, because there may be little parts in there that can fall out on you. Handy dandy 7mm. I'm gonna take this and pry it very, very carefully. Take that cover off of the bell. And what we are gonna do is spray carb cleaner in every little area we can. You see all these little pits and valleys? Like right there and right there. We need to clean all of these out. We're also gonna spray down where the fuel goes in. Make sure you're wearing glasses or something. This shit, I don't know if you can see, but this shit sprays way far away. You do not want carb cleaner in your eyes. I've gotten this thing pretty much as clean as I can get it. Now you see in here, I'm gonna clean up in there. And let's throw this bad boy back together. You just want to make sure that you get this on the right way. There we go. There we go. Let's get these little 8s back in. Let's get her nice and tight. There we go. Make sure you don't have any gunk on this thing. Now remember, this does not thread. It just pops in and closes. Let's get this bad boy back on. All right, you remember, this linkage first. Pop, pop. And don't forget this top linkage next. Pop, pop. Ugh. All right, now we got our fuel line back on. Our linkages are back on, fuel line is back on. Let's pop these back into where they go. Get the fuel line hose clamp right there. Let's see what she does for us. And there you have it, boys. This linkage goes here. This linkage goes in here. Remember this spring, one attaches that there's a little hook right here. Let us put our air filter back on. I'd say 80% of all mower issues like that are gonna be solved by exactly what we just did there. Easy peasy. All right, so let's make sure we got our cover back on correctly. I'm missing a nut or a screw. I mean, I'm missing a screw somewhere. Where the hell is my screw? Oh, where the hell is my screw? Dang, where'd it go, boy? There it is. That's why you always want to keep your screws on something magnetic or something. What the hell is that? Where did that just come from? What the hell? What the hell? Well, that wasn't there before. Hold on, let's take this bad boy off. Let's take him back off. Hold on, guys. See, that goes right there. Well, what about this? Let's start it. That's weird. It's just sitting up in there. You always want to pay attention. I would try to start this thing and came all the way back home. And they're like, what the hell? Well, probably not. I probably would have caught it, but it's funny, huh, boys? Holy Christ. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, and there you have it. Jesus Christ. Well, thank you, boys and girls. That cost me $5 for carb cleaner. And that's it. Whew, it's hot out here. That's like 85 to 95% of the problem every time. But just do that before you start going crazy. Easy, simple fix. Make sure that you like it and subscribe it. Comment on it, tell me how stupid I am. And I guess keep working, man. Keep going at it. I am the Driveway Doctor, and until next time, peace.